Hello, hello. It is Tammy with Cheers to Creativity. I have this square. I'm going to tip you down so you can see what I'm doing. Let's just double check that we are in where we need to be. I think we're good. Now this is too big, so I need to decide if I want to do this much of it on there and just skip the top words, or do I want to do those words and skip the bottom? Transfer on. So I'm just going to cut this out first. Okay, I'm not looking forward to that. Okay, so I'm pulling this off. And I'm going to get this all the way up to the top. And this is going to go right off to the edge. So we're just going to start rubbing this transfer on here. Grease. This is coming off fairly well. Off, and voila. Okay, we got that much up. I am going to take that little bit of wording that was on here and I'm just going to move it up a touch. I probably wouldn't need it, but I think it'll balance it out just enough. So I'm just going to pivot this just so I can kind of get a better idea of and catch this here. All right. So very pretty lavender sign. Okay, so that was done with the lavender in bloom. Set that there. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, so from the vintage trucks, you guys all said you like the vintage trucks. I'm going to try, and I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I've got a checked box, and I'm just going to do this on the lid. I think this is going to work. I think. We're going to try. I'm not sure how this is even going to work, but we're going to try. Okay, so I'm going to use this truck. We'll put the other one aside for now. So a cardboard box isn't quite as hard as a wood surface, but it still is pretty easy to adhere our transfers to it without having to pull on those flowers. Nice and easy. Off it comes. Okay. Now we've got white and black, right? And we could do it. The black's just going to fade into the black, and it's going to look really, it's going to be a little hard to see. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take white. But that's okay. But take a quick peek. We can see that, you know, we've got the greens and we've got some colors in our flowers. So I think what I'm going to do is just pick a little green, a green for just where my flourishes are. And let's see. So this is wild berry. That's what I'm going to do the letters in. Just doing my letters here. Let's get this color on here, and then we're going to grab a different brush and a little bit of a green. I'm just going to use a little bit of this thicket color. I'm just going to do a little swirl. And then hit this super quick, and we'll give that pink just one more quick coat. Okay. I like that. I like that. When you put that back on a little box, it looks like that. That's kind of sweet. I kind of like that. How fun. Great little piece to maybe even store some of your stencils in. Okay, next up, I do have this metal tray. Again, this was an item from Hobby Lobby. It does have little feet on it. It's meant to be like a tray. And I thought this would be really pretty to add some of these flowers to it. I know I just kind of want to use flowers around, so I kind of figured like there. Wipe this down with just rubbing alcohol, nothing fancy. So it's going directly onto the metal surface. So I'm going to get this as close to the edge as I can. And we're just keeping this simple, but I think it's going to be very, very pretty. is. And I was going to do another transfer project, but I think I might change my mind. I think I may have. There we go. And then I'm just going to rub it back down with my fingers, make sure I didn't miss any spots. Isn't that pretty? It's a very simple tray, but very pretty with the cloisonne. And let's get rid of our excess paper around here. So I can get rid of that. And we'll just set the other flowers off to the side so we can use the rest of them. What I love about the transfers too, it is so many projects that we get to do with them. Okay, what's next, one may ask? One of these little boards. It hasn't been painted yet, but I think we're going to use one of the butterflies on here with one of the Valentine's sayings. I think I'm just going to grab the winter blue. A little bit. So what I'm going to do is actually pick up just some white paint. And I'm just going to sponge on a little bit of this blue and white. A little more of a texture. There we go. Something a little more fun. There we go. Definitely going to hit that with a blow dryer. All right. It won't take off my paint, but I'm just knocking down that raised grain a little bit, and that'll make it easier to apply my transfers. As I'm going to do Forever and Always for the stencil. So we've got the first word, forever, and let's get in another quick look cover of my words here. Lift our words up. There we go. Forever and always. And I'm going to take off this little transfer. Little leaf. There we go. Okay, so I wrap that one there. And I said I wanted to put one more down below here. Just catching a little bit of that last little bits with my fingernail. So I have the transfer tool. But my fingernail's always with me. All right. So there we have the Forever and Always. And that was the third project we did. What else did we do? We did the blue cloisonne flowers on the metal tray. We did the lavender on the faux palette board. And we did our truck on the box. Okay, I'll lift you guys up. And that's all we did, right? I think that's all we did. Thank you, ladies, so very much for watching. We invite you to join us over on Cheers to Creativity, and we will see you here next week with some more fun projects. Have a great night. Cheers.